Good afternoon. Welcome to the June 11th, 2019 joint meeting of the Glendale City Council and the Glendale Housing Authority. And we have roll call for the City Council, please.
Council members Agajanian.
Present.
Devine.
Here.
Garpetian.
Here.
Mayor Najarian.
Here.
May I have roll call for Housing Authority?
Authority members Devine.
Here.
Garpetian.
Here.
Najarian.
Here.
Razian.
Here.
Chair Agajanian.
Present.
And we have your report.
Agenda for the June 11, 2019 joint public meeting of the City Council and the Housing Authority was posted on Thursday, June 6, 2019 on the bulletin board outside City Hall.
First item, please.
Number one is Director of Community Development regarding Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act public hearing for California Municipal Finance Authority, proposed issuance of approximately $180 million in tax-exempt revenue bonds in support of several continuing care retirement facilities throughout California, of which an amount not to exceed $12 million will be used for Windsor, a Glendale continuing care retirement facility owned and operated by Human Good. 1A is a resolution of City Council approving the issuance of approximately $180 million tax-exempt revenue bond obligation in support of Windsor and certain other matters relating thereto by the California Municipal Finance Authority.
Ms. Beers?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council, Chair Agajanian, members of the Housing Authority, will go directly to Mr. Peter Zovak, who will give you a brief report related to this item.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council and Housing Authority. Human Good, previously known as Southern California Presbyterian Homes, is in the process of applying for the issuance of up to approximately $180 million in private activity revenue bonds that would be issued by the California Municipal Finance Authority. It's an authority that the City of Glendale is a member of. They had joined in 2012. The proceeds of the bonds are planned to be used to pay some outstanding 2009 bond debt to the up to an amount of approximately $77.8 million. A portion of the funding will be used to repay some Series 2010 bonds that Human Good has out, approximately $106 million. Some funding will also be used to pay for a portion of interest on some of the bonds, provide some working capital to the corporation, fund some debt service reserve funds that they have planned, pay for certain expenditures incurred by staffing in the issuance of the bonds, and then a principal amount not to exceed $35 million will be used to finance and reimburse the costs of remodeling, renovating, and furnishing and equipping certain facilities that they own, one of which is Windsor Manor here in Glendale. Windsor Manor is a continuing care senior community. The amount of the issuance for Windsor Manor is approximately $12 million. In order to be able to issue private activity bonds, a TEFRA hearing, Tax Exempt and Fiscal Responsibility Act hearing, is required to be held, and it's the requirement of the IRS. Human Good and California Municipal Finance Authority are scheduled to have about 11 TEFRA hearings related to this overall $180 million bond issuances. They have other facilities in other communities, and so they'll all be doing their corresponding TEFRA hearings for their corresponding bond amounts. You are being asked to conduct this public hearing as it relates to the $12 million slated for Windsor Manor. As part of conducting this hearing, it is recommended that the public hearing be opened, receive any testimony from members of the public who may be for or against this bond issuance. This item has been noticed in the newspapers at the facility as well. Then you would be closing the public hearing, adopting the resolution with any comments that you might receive that will then be forwarded on to Human Good and the California Municipal Finance Authority. As a matter of conducting this meeting for CMFA and Human Good, the Housing Authority and City Council will be eligible to receive a reimbursement of $7,000. It's a percentage of the bond issuance, a very small percentage, but some revenue nonetheless that will then be deposited back into the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. We have a representative of Human Good here. We also have a representative of California Municipal Finance Authority if there are any questions.
Well, first I'd like to open the public hearing. As you mentioned, we are required by the Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act. So the meeting being opened, are there any questions or comments from, and there's no ultimate liability to the to the city in the event of any default on the
that's correct, sir.
bonds.
Apologize. Yes, the bonds are strictly going to be obligated against the operations of the facilities. The city has no responsibility with the bond issuance in terms of repayment or any of that.
So we have
Yes.
there's no fiscal impact, and we actually will recoup, hopefully, $7,000.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Are there any comments or questions on this action? If not, I will take a motion
Move the item.
The item?
I'll second it.
at 1A. This is for
Council.
council or housing?
Council.
Roll call, please.
Council members Agajanian,
Yes.
Divine,
Yes.
Garpetian,
Yes.
Mayor Najarian.
Yes.
Roll call for Housing Authority?
Is the motion still by Garpetian and member
I think
Divine?
it was by. The motion, the resolution was council only.
Council,
I'll move it for housing.
No, I'm saying that there's only a resolution from the city council required.
thank you.
Oh, okay.
So,
So I'll move to adjourn for the housing authority.
So moved.
seconded.
Someone
We
will
require one
adjourn.
for council?
Council.
Second.
Who made the motion?
Made by Mr. Garpetian,
Thank you.
second by Mr. Agajanian.
Thank you. Stand
We are
adjourned at
adjourned.
3:15.
I would like to call to order the June 11th, 2019 special meeting of the